Hollywood's golden age, roughly from the 1920s to the early 1960s, produced some of the most iconic stars in cinema history. These actors didn't just define an era, they helped create the language of modern film and fame. Here are 10 legends whose influence shaped Hollywood forever. Humphrey Bogart. Known for Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon, To Have and Have Not. Humphrey Bogart is one of the most iconic actors of Hollywood's golden age. With his distinctive voice, weary charm, and brooding presence, Bogart became the face of film noir and helped redefine what it meant to be a leading man. His portrayal of morally complex characters, such as Private Detective Sam Spade in The Maltese Falcon and the cynical Rick Blaine in Casablanca, set a new standard for screen masculinity: tough, vulnerable, and deeply human. Bogart didn't fit the classic mold of a matinee idol, but his authenticity resonated with audiences. He was a master of understatement, delivering performances filled with subtle emotion and quiet power. Off-screen, he was equally influential, forming his own production company and standing up to political pressure during the McCarthy era. His legacy lives on not only in his unforgettable films, but also in the archetype he helped create, the cool, complicated anti-hero. For generations of actors and directors, Bogart remains a towering figure whose work forever shaped American cinema. Katharine Hepburn. Known for The Philadelphia Story, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, The African Queen, On Golden Pond. Katharine Hepburn remains one of the most influential actors of Hollywood's golden age, celebrated for her fierce independence, wit, and refusal to conform to the industry's expectations of femininity. Over a career spanning more than 6 decades, she won 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress, a record that still stands, cementing her legacy as one of cinema's greatest performers. Unlike many of her contemporaries, Hepburn portrayed intelligent, self-assured women who matched or outmatched their male counterparts. Off-screen, she was equally trailblazing. She rejected traditional glamour, often wore trousers in public, a bold statement in the 1930s, and avoided the studio-controlled publicity machine. Her long-running on-screen and off-screen partnership with Spencer Tracy became one of Hollywood's most iconic pairings. Hepburn's refusal to conform, both professionally and personally, helped pave the way for future generations of actresses to seek roles beyond the love interest or damsel in distress. Through both her performances and her principles, she redefined what it meant to be a leading lady in Hollywood, and changed the industry forever. Marlon Brando. Known for A Streetcar Named Desire, On the Waterfront, The Godfather, Last Tango in Paris. Marlon Brando revolutionized screen acting with his intense, emotionally raw performances and his embrace of method acting, a technique that prioritized psychological depth and authenticity over theatrical style. Trained at the Actors Studio under Stella Adler, Brando introduced a level of naturalism to film that was unprecedented at the time. His breakout role as Stanley Kowalski in A Streetcar Named Desire, 1951, electrified audiences with its brute physicality and emotional volatility. He followed it with a string of unforgettable performances, including his Oscar-winning role as dockworker Terry Malloy in On the Waterfront, 1954, where he famously delivered the line, "I could have been a contender." Brando's influence reshaped American cinema. He inspired a new generation of actors, like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Jack Nicholson, to pursue more realistic, psychologically layered performances. Off-screen, he was unpredictable and controversial, but always compelling. His later role as Don Vito Corleone in The Godfather, 1972, further cemented his legendary status. Brando didn't just act, he transformed the art form, redefining what screen performance could be. Bette Davis. Known for All About Eve, Jezebel, Now, Voyager, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Bette Davis was one of the most fearless and uncompromising actresses of Hollywood's golden age. Known for her bold performances and sharp, expressive eyes, Davis defied the conventional image of a Hollywood starlet. She wasn't interested in playing passive love interests, she demanded roles that challenged her and gave depth to women on screen. She made history not only with her performances but also with her actions off-camera. In the 1930s, she took Warner Brothers to court to fight for better roles, a rare move in an era when studios tightly controlled actors' careers. Though she lost the case, she won greater respect and better parts. Davis's portrayals of strong, flawed, and complex women in films like Jezebel and All About Eve redefined female characters in Hollywood. She wasn't afraid to look unglamorous or portray morally ambiguous figures, proving that women could lead films on their talent alone. With 2 Academy Awards and 10 nominations, Davis not only changed perceptions of what a leading lady could be, she paved the way for future actresses to demand power, agency, and artistry in their careers. Charlie Chaplin. Known for City Lights, Modern Times, The Kid, The Great Dictator. Charlie Chaplin was one of the most important and influential figures in early cinema. As a writer, director, composer, and actor, he embodied the spirit of innovation that defined the silent film era. His iconic character, the tramp, with a bowler hat, cane, and distinctive walk, became a global symbol of resilience, humor, and humanity. Chaplin's genius lay in his ability to blend slapstick comedy with deep emotional and social commentary. Films like City Lights and The Kid brought audiences to tears while making them laugh, proving that comedy could carry profound meaning. In Modern Times, he critiqued industrialization and the dehumanizing effects of modern life, without saying a word. He was also among the first filmmakers to exert full creative control over his work, founding United Artists in 1919 to gain independence from studio interference. As a result, Chaplin is considered one of the first true auteurs in cinema history. Even after sound revolutionized film, Chaplin's silent masterpieces remained powerful and timeless. His work laid the foundation for visual storytelling and influenced generations of filmmakers around the world. James Stewart. Known for It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Rear Window, Vertigo. James Stewart was the quintessential everyman of Hollywood's golden age, known for his sincerity, humility, and unmistakable voice. He brought a rare authenticity to the screen, playing characters who were moral, vulnerable, and deeply human in an era often dominated by glamorous, untouchable stars. Stewart's breakout role in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, 1939, established him as a symbol of integrity and idealism. But he was far from one note. His collaborations with director Alfred Hitchcock, especially Rear Window and Vertigo, revealed his darker, more complex side, adding psychological depth to the typical leading man. A decorated World War II veteran, Stewart brought his real-life experiences into his work, particularly in It's a Wonderful Life, 1946, where his performance remains one of the most emotionally resonant in film history. Stewart helped shift Hollywood away from stylized acting towards something more grounded and emotionally truthful. His influence can be seen in actors like Tom Hanks and Jimmy Fallon, who channel that same approachable sincerity. Stewart didn't just play the everyman, he elevated him to something noble and enduring. Marilyn Monroe. Known for Some Like It Hot, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, The 7-Year Itch, Bus Stop. Marilyn Monroe remains one of the most iconic and misunderstood figures in Hollywood history. Often typecast as the dumb blonde, Monroe brought intelligence, sensitivity, and subtle comedic timing to her roles, challenging the very stereotype she was asked to play. Her performances in films like Some Like It Hot revealed not just sex appeal, but vulnerability, charm, and emotional depth. Beyond the screen, Monroe's career symbolized the intense pressures of fame and the limited roles available to women in mid-20th century Hollywood. Frustrated with being underestimated, she founded her own production company in 1955, an unheard-of move for a woman at the time, in an effort to gain creative control over her career. Her personal struggles, including battles with mental health and her highly publicized relationships, revealed the darker realities behind Hollywood's glamorous facade. Yet, her cultural impact endured. Monroe wasn't just a symbol of beauty, she became a voice, consciously or not, for the complexities of womanhood in a male-dominated industry. Decades after her death, she remains a powerful figure in conversations about celebrity, agency, and how women are portrayed in film. Sidney Poitier. Known for Lilies of the Field, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, In the Heat of the Night. Sidney Poitier was a groundbreaking actor who transformed Hollywood's approach to race and representation during the Golden Age. As the first black man to win the Academy Award for Best Actor, for Lilies of the Field, 1963, he broke through deeply entrenched racial barriers at a time when roles for black actors were often limited to stereotypes or minor parts. Poitier's dignified presence and powerful performances challenged audiences to see black characters as fully human, complex, and worthy of empathy. His roles often confronted social issues head-on, as in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which tackled interracial marriage, and In the Heat of the Night, which addressed racism in law enforcement. Beyond his acting, Poitier became a symbol of social change and civil rights progress, inspiring generations of actors and filmmakers to push for equality in Hollywood. His legacy is one of courage, artistry, and breaking boundaries, making him a true pioneer who reshaped the film industry forever. Audrey Hepburn. Known for Roman Holiday, Breakfast at Tiffany's, My Fair Lady, Sabrina. Audrey Hepburn was a luminous presence in Hollywood's golden age, known for her effortless elegance, charm, and intelligence. Unlike many stars of her time who relied on overt glamour or bombshell appeal, Hepburn's style was defined by grace and simplicity. She redefined femininity on screen, blending innocence with sophistication in a way that resonated deeply with audiences. Her breakout role in Roman Holiday, 1953, won her an Oscar and showcased her natural warmth and comedic timing. In Breakfast at Tiffany's, she created an iconic, unforgettable character who combined vulnerability and allure. Beyond acting, Hepburn became a fashion icon. Her collaboration with designer Hubert de Givenchy influenced women's style worldwide. Off-screen, Hepburn was deeply humanitarian, dedicating much of her later life to UNICEF. Her timeless appeal and dignified persona helped change Hollywood's image of women, showing that beauty and talent could coexist with intellect and kindness. Audrey Hepburn's legacy endures as a symbol of elegance, compassion, and artistic excellence.